Last year, I think you had won a Grand Prix for Monday Working with Cancer Pledge. Which is that one campaign that you're really betting on this year?
We have some fantastic work. Actually, we have done a follow-up for Cancer Pledge with one of our clients, which is a fantastic piece of work. And I think also we've got some great pieces from Toyota and Tide in the US. So we're very excited about those pieces. They're doing very well. And some work from London for EE. So that's doing well. And we have some really wonderful work from Dubai as well.
Okay.
So a lovely piece from New Zealand. So it's and Germany has got some really strong work as well. So we've got some really, very excited about the work, and it's very different.
And which are the markets that have really surprised you this year?
Which ones? What did you, sorry, I didn't.
Which markets have?
I think what's really nice is, as Saatchi, we're part of the Publicis group, and so we sort of share a lot of clients, and we've seen really strong work across the globe, which has been fantastic. There's been some great pieces from, as I say, some smaller markets in Europe, and some great pieces from South America. And then one piece I was saying, which I love, is from Leo's in India for Gatorade. And I think that's a fabulous piece. We do a meeting with all of us on Sundays when we get here, and then we share some of our favourite work. So it's a great chance to really see what all our colleagues are doing. And probably my favourite piece has come from our sister agency Marcel, which was the orange piece for women's football.
Oh yeah,
which is fantastic. So I think it's great. Yeah.
And also tell me about a competitor's work that really impressed you this year.
I think there's fantastic work from Coca-Cola, has been really, really strong. A personal favourite, which is, particular piece of work I like, is Cause Light. I think that was great as capturing a moment with the black square. There's been some really fantastic work from InBev. We've seen, again, consistently showing up across the piece with a lot of their work. So there's some great things there. Again, for local European clients with their beers, like Dupla, but also Corona and so forth as well, and Bud. So, yeah, some great stuff. And Stella actually has done very well as well.
Tell me what, according to you, makes Cannes Lion 2024 different from the previous editions of the festival?
That's a good question. I think it's always it's so much. It's as much about what's going on in the Palais as what's going out of the Palais, and I think you're getting a real feeling here of a resurgence of media. You're also getting a lot of more platforms. So I think you'll see a real presence there, and they're sort of more actively engaged with the creative discussions, I think, than maybe previous years. But it feels very business. I don't know if that's a good thing or not.
Okay. That's an interesting thing. But tell me, Saatchi and Saatchi India is led by two very promising CCOs. One is Rohit Malkani and the other one is Karthik Smetasek. Last year they came up with some really good work, which was also sent to Cannes.
Yes.
But this year we don't see a representation from India. Why? Why so?
I think you're right. Last year there was some fantastic works, and particularly in film, and we were so excited that it shortlisted and kind of got recognised.
Right.
And it really was exceptional work. There is some really interesting work coming through, but as always, you sort of building to when is the right time to get the impact, and so we felt some of the entries weren't ready, and so next year I think we'll see more. But there's still been some really interesting work, and there's some work, not all work is ripe for awards, but it doesn't mean it's not great
Good
work.
work, yeah.
You know, and I think particularly in an international festival, you know, I think you sort of, if some work feels, you just know that actually it's amazing, but it's just not going to do its job in an international festival.
True. But you know, as someone who spent 16 years in various roles at Saatchi, what would your advice be to both the CCOs and for Paritosh, the CEO?
I think the thing here is to really think about. I mean, this is the advice for everyone. It's thinking about work that works. So I think we're seeing, you know, there was I suppose, a reaction to maybe overly purpose-led work last year that was awarded. And I think we're now seeing that reaction, and there is a resurgence of people really wanting to reward hard-working work. I think it's, again, really interesting. Again, everyone ran towards AI. And while AI is omnipresent, it's not the beginning and the end of an idea. It's not an idea. It's a way of bringing work to life. It's a way of us becoming more efficient in our production, and it's a way of us becoming more efficient in our data. But it's not an idea in itself. So I think we're seeing the end of that, and maybe a way AI is actually being used in the process of making work, which is exciting.
I remember you once said creativity is a future superpower. So I want to understand from you, what kind of work has Saatchi done globally and India maybe that has kind of set the agenda for the future?
I think it's, you know, ultimately, no matter what the future is, it's human. And I think, you know, we can talk about data, but always remember data is just humans in disguise. And we can talk about, you know, we might be asked to do work for channels, but actually we should always think of the challenge first. And we should always think about, you know, what do people want rather than what to... Often our clients want to tell them. They can be two very different things.
Right.
And actually, I think you get to much more exciting ideas if you really think about the data and the people and the audience as human, and just and make our work human. So no matter how technologically advanced we become, the element of idiosyncratic human emotional behavior is the future.
So would you say it's human-led work over tech-led work for you?
For me, tech is always sort of the means to reach audiences, to understand them. And, you know, there is so many wonderful things with utility that tech enables. So I would never, it's the marrying of the two, but I think tech without a human understanding and behaviour is kind of devoid of the why.
Thank you for that very distinctive perspective. Thank you again, once again, Kate, for speaking to us. This is the second year in a row, and I hope to speak to you again next year.
It's wonderful to talk to you and lovely to see you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.